We gon' be alright. We gon' be alright.
Nigga, you could have had Jay-Z next to the backyard. They would have went the backyard. You know what I mean? Like, niggas was just go crazy for real. And I feel like we didn't really realize like how much of an asset or how essential like that, like real community support was and shit. And just from there, just kept growing and growing. You know what I mean? Started doing shit at like colleges, here and there, and you know what I mean? I don't want to go through like my whole life story as far as like how I got like to where I am and shit. Like MoeChella like came way down the line. Like, you know what I'm saying? I never thought I'd be into like advocacy and shit like that. And it's crazy, that white dude that was just standing right there talking with the orange hat, I don't know if y'all seen him. But he the main reason. If it was not for this man, bro, I would probably not be in advocacy. And that's basically what how they frame like protesting and shit like that, like in politics, when you speaking up for something, you know what I mean? You might be like, no more 5 cents for plastic bags and shit. They call you an advocate, you know what I mean? You advocating for this, you advocating for that. So if it were not for that white dude right there, bro, I would not even be in advocacy, because I ended up leading this protest in front of the White House for like 180 nights straight. Rain or shine, you know what I mean? And I used to take a lot of GoGo members out there with me, and I would be the dude that's pretty much like the host or MC of the shit with like the GoGo music, you know what I'm saying? I feel like white dude really pushed me, and then his name Chris, his name not white dude, his name Chris Nam. This shit listen local first, but if it were not for him, I would not, you know what I mean, have really been even pushed in that way. And if it wouldn't have been like me being influenced to be steered in that direction, MoeChella would, I feel like, have never been in existence, you know what I mean? So I feel like he a huge part of that. And just like I say, like, you gotta go with the flow of your life if you really want to flow to your destiny and shit. I'm not about to say it like I got all the answers, but one thing I do know is you gotta go with the flow, you know what I mean? Cause there's a lot of shit like in my life I couldn't even plan, you know what I mean? It's just like divine timing, you know what I mean? Like, it's truly like divine, you know what I mean? Just how you gotta move around, you truly gotta go up how you feel, you know what I mean? That truly will tell you, you know what I mean, where you need to be, you feel what I'm saying? So, yeah, just of it, not to get the whole life story, but yeah, to my man Asian Fat Munchie, you know what I'm saying?
Been a long road, hasn't it?
Long, man,
I've
long
been on road for a long time.
Back
Just know
hurt.
Yaddiya, but yeah, we've been through it. I can't tell you. We would have never been here a couple years ago. We were too crazy, you know what I mean? But biggest advice I got for y'all is just your network. Do good business and create your network. You know what I'm saying? Your networks, you're worth $1 million by yourself. Always keep that in your head. You're worth something. Someone's always gonna want your talent. Someone's always gonna want your craft. We're trying to get her manufactured. We're working on that. But you know what I'm saying? Like, if someone there that's doing something better, something, you know what I mean? I got a big history in the DMV. I started with the clubs like bro did. I was one of the originators of the pop-up scene out here, the weed pop-up scenes. So I don't know where Zeke was at. Zeke came in here a little while ago, but me and Zeke were one of the originators with the pop-up scene. So that went for a good 3-4 years. But I'm pretty sure if you guys smoke weed, you guys know about your favorite pop-up or your favorite vendor or whatever. I was the creator of that branding type situation. All of it started with the table and some glass jars on the table, all the way to banners and balloons, and you know what I mean? Now it's a real system. Yeah, it's a network. So that's one network right there that I created, was the weed lane and the vendors and the branding. So that's something that I do. Along with Fat Munchies, I do stickers and merch, like actual vinyl stuff. I don't do the manufacturing stuff, I got people, but vinyl, and then I do all the weed bags. I don't know if y'all, I'm not saying y'all sell weed, but I'm pretty sure y'all seen the cool bags that any rapper might have. I make,
You know, Gucci runs, you know.
yeah, all those bags, that's
you know
what I
what I mean?
created. The Nate Robinson bag was the one that went viral on Instagram, and then they just took my Will Smith bag down with other bags. So.
That shit was smacking.
But it's in the city. Biggest thing is don't give up. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a network thing. It's if you don't know, I don't know, not near any of y'all in here, but I'm gonna get to know y'all. You know what I'm saying? At some point in time, we gotta know what your brand is, what our brand is. That's why we're here. Don't give up, alright? No's not accepted. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's gonna tell you no. Guess where that one person says no, there's gonna be someone else right there that's gonna say yes. It's always, yeah, it's top dog. Hey, Top, how you?
What's good?
But yeah, don't give up. There's a lot of brands, man. There's a million clothing brands. There's a million fucking weed companies. I'm pretty sure y'all seen every store on 8th Street, every store on U Street, every store on Adams Morgan. It's not a competition. It's really about networking. You you're gonna win. D&B's a lot of money out here. There's a lot of freaking money out here. If you guys put your mind to something and perfect your craft, take it to where it needs to go.
I got another question. Usually when you hear a lot of people's stories, right, they talk about like a lot of the highlights. You know what I'm saying? But what I like to do is like I'd be interested in like, okay, what was the most adversity? Like going from start to midpoint, you know what I'm saying? Like what was that adverse time that you went through? You know what I'm saying? That kind of led you to where you were today.
I got stabbed. I got stabbed in front of Midtown in 2015. I was the head promoter on Midtown Sundays back then. So it was like, what, 5 years I think we did Sundays up there? Same thing like bro said, we got in a fight. And next thing I know, I'm on the ground gushing. I think my blood's still at the bus stop, to be honest with you. But yeah, I don't have no fucking hand. I lost his hand a long time ago. But you know what I'm saying? So that was a big adversity. I went through 2 years of depression, perk fucking addiction. It was pretty bad. But after that shit, it was sort of kind of, I learned about myself. My parents came, you know, you tell your parents you want to open a weed shop, you do it, they looking at you like you're crazy. I'm Asian, so obviously Asian parents ain't with that. Told them I opened a weed shop, became successful in that, and I came right back like I'm gonna open up a snack shop. Imagine their reaction to that. So Fat Munchies exotic snacks. Who would ever thought fucking flipping chips and flipping cookies is gonna make me money? But it's persistence. Meet the people in Japan, meet the people in Germany, meet the people in Canada. A whole nother network. So that was the biggest adversity I'm going through. You're gonna go through some shit. You're definitely gonna go through something. There's haters everywhere. That's nothing. You just don't pay attention to them. Like social media is your worst enemy. I ain't gonna hold you, bro. You can see something on social media and you're feed into it. By the time someone tells you about it, you're gonna hear something else and you think you're involved in it. Next thing you know, you're in some bullshit. Stay away from that. Man. Post your shit, run your brand, make money. That's it.
My man got stabs. What about the rest of y'all?
Yeah, I already told y'all, man, I wouldn't even say, you know what I'm saying, like, you about to say, like, I'm going through shit where I'm in the other room right now arguing with somebody type shit, you know what I mean? Like, that's just what it is, like, you always going to face, like, that shit, man, this shit really peaks and valleys, you know what I mean? If you want to do anything for yourself, like, you want to do anything for yourself, man, it's going to be peaks and valleys, you feel what I'm saying? You definitely going to have to take chances. Like, if you ain't doing nothing different, you know what I mean, than what you doing right now, if you ain't happy with where you at, then you ain't going to see nothing different, you know what I mean? And pretty much, you got to be bold with your pursuits and shit that you want. And you got to go ham, and you can't let nobody else deter you from what you want. Don't ask too many people for advice, you know what I mean? Everybody's advice ain't good, you know what I mean? And you just really gotta know where your ass is at, I would say. You know what I mean? Like, even when you do get the things you want, how people say be careful what you wish for. Like, that truly is a thing. Cause like, do you even really want the amount of success or, you know what I mean, glory that you think you want? You know what I mean?
A lot of bullshit.
You know what I mean? Cause
yeah.
even then, you know what I mean, you still gonna be targeted no matter where you at, and it's all different levels. So I would just pretty much say if you're not gonna be resilient for this shit, whatever it is you wanna do, I don't know, you know what I mean? But these are the same principles that I stand on. You're not gonna be resilient and you're not gonna be persistent and consistent and not take, you know what I mean, no for an answer or whatever it is you want to hear for, you know what I mean, not here for an answer, like, you got it, you know what I mean, then you're gonna be good. But if you're gonna succumb to pressure and feel like shit gonna come easy, bro, you might well pack it up, you know what I mean? Maybe you meant to be an employee, not an employer, you know what I mean? Cause that's just what it is. And that shit take sweat, you know what I mean? Blood, all that shit. Talking about losing weight, yeah, cause I'm hungry. You see what I'm saying? Like, for real, like, that shit really a thing. So, I definitely done been through all that, sleeping in vehicles, sleeping wherever. Not even knowing where the fuck I'ma sleep at, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, and there's people that face way harder shit than that. You know what I mean? So we all face whatever we feel like is adversity. At the same time, it's like, you gotta have that certain type of character to really, you know what I mean, be able to stand up in whatever you're doing, I feel like. And if you're gonna be successful, that shit takes certain attributes that you gotta, you know what I mean, start to really tapping into, putting your energy into, you know what I mean? And this shit really is like a spiritual experience. Like, anything really can happen. That shit, anything, it really no limit to this shit. Anything possible. So, like, I feel like even, you know, in my life, I've been able to make it to certain levels. At the same time, I feel like it's still so many more, like, levels to hit. all of us whatever it is you want to see. Like, bro, it's levels of this shit. You know what I mean? And nobody on the top. You know what I mean? And yeah, shout out Top Dollar too, cause Top Dollar be in the street real loud with that shit, they promoting this shit. That's another thing y'all niggas missing out on is street promo, bro. Like, y'all be letting this internet real loud make y'all think that it means something, bro. Your follower count and all that shit don't mean nothing, bro. That shit a facade. That shit a mirage, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can't sell 10 items, but you got 10,000 followers. Why? You know what I'm saying? So it's like you realize you gotta be in the street too, you know what I mean, with this shit. And like I said, I've been seeing people like yourself out there, you know what I'm saying? I know, you know what I mean, vice versa, you feel what I mean? But I just really like to instill in people like what I feel like the traits and the attributes and the mindset it take to really, you know what I mean, be able to accomplish whatever you want, because you could apply that shit to everything you do, you know what I mean? You always, like, adversity is inevitable. And that shit's never gonna stop. A motherfucker with millions of dollars, bro, still going through hella shit, you know what I mean? So that shit's never gonna end. So it's all about how you gonna stand and whatever you stand on for whatever you're doing, you know what I mean? That's how I see it.
2017, like I said, I was working on my brand. Zella always been a part of my life, so that was nothing. But it came a time where, like I said, I was in the IT division, so, you know, I'm spending money, I'm not saving nothing, I'm just working, getting a check, spending it. And it came a time when she was like, we're about to let you go. And I was like, dang. I only got $1,000 in my bank account. It's either I go find a job or I put it in the brand. I ended up putting it in the brand, and here we are today. Like, that was the scariest time in my life, because I had to figure out if I was gonna ask my mom for help or if I was gonna figure it out on my own. And I had to figure it out on my own. I had to take a risk. Like, I love Zella. Zella's always been a part of my life, so it's like, why not take this chance? But once again, I'm taking a risk on something that manufacturers, I don't know much about it, so it's like, here I am, $1,000, what's about to happen? And it ended up like going crazy, like off the break. So like, that's why I mean, like, you have to take risks, you have to be consistent. The only person in your way is you. Like, you're in your own way. So sometimes I still do it, but you have to get out your way. You're your biggest supporter. So if you're not supporting yourself, who gonna support you? That's how I feel with everything. So consistency is very important with this journey, just anything, not just having a clothing brand. Like I said, with life, you're going to experience different things at different times. Like, it's your path. You gotta just live it. Like I said, I've experienced many adversities, but I have to continue going. Like, I love it. I love Zella. So regardless, I'm gonna keep pushing.
In your own respective field, working towards stuff, how can, as a community, we support you? Like, obviously, events like this, we come out and we talk about it, right? But like, outside of just the one day off, how can we all go and support each other and make sure like we get the looks, right? Because community from aspect building, it's like what keeps it going.
Right.
Man, I feel like when people ask me that question, I be like, man, it be people make that shit more difficult when they say like, how do we support? You can support by shit. Just reposting some shit on your page. That's support. You know what I mean? Like, people be feel like they can't even do a small thing. Like, you can repost something on your page. That shit could go a long way. You never know who might see that shit. You know what I mean? Maybe purchase something she got going on. You know what I mean? That ain't rocket science. You know what I mean? Word of mouth is the strongest form of promotion. You know what I mean? So it's just like those three things alone you could do right now. Literally, like right this second. You know what I mean? So it's like shit like that. I feel like it, you know what I mean, gotta be like brought to the surface more, but it's not gonna be for real. You know what I mean? Like, only way I feel like people really gonna support anything is if they have a genuine interest. You know what I mean? It take like shit like this for you to meet her or meet me or meet him and be like, oh shit, I'm gonna check out the store. What. So if that shit really go both ways, you know what I mean? Like, as far as like showing up and like we gotta help y'all help us. You know what I mean? So it's like, that's what it is. I feel like a lot of people, everything's social media, like it's a social media world. So you really feel like that shit, repost that shit on your page, shit. Put it on your wall. That shit take 2 minutes, you know what I mean? Like, you never know who might see it. But people now so fucking weird, they might put some shit up, don't even tag a nigga in this shit. They might see some scroll by the joint, oh that's tight, like, fuck around, like it in their mind, don't even like it right there on the joint, like, weird ass shit, like, people be on some robotic shit, like, we gotta just snap out of that shit, like, and that's why you know what I mean, I use, like, these moments to really speak on that shit, cause we really walking around like some fucking droids, like, on autopilot, like, real live, niggas don't be realizing what's really going on in real time, you know what I'm saying, so it's like, we gotta break out of that shit. We all addicted to Apple, man. Steve Jobs, wild as shit for what he did making them iPhones, you know what I'm saying? But we gotta look at shit like a tool. Like he was saying, social media won't fucking be the devil, bro. Like real loud shit. Like that shit evokes so many emotions. That shit's so weird. Like, why the fuck you think drugs like shrooms even being legalized and shit? They know niggas sad as shit in the house on this shit. Like, my man, like nah, realize shit. Niggas real live at home, sad, depressed and shit. Seeing what they man posted or somebody else posted, looking geeky, don't even know if this shit real photo could be Photoshop, and nigga look at this shit like, fuck, I ain't, like chicks like, look at her waist, like, whole time shorty just fucking Photoshop the joint and shit. You at home depressed, you got a waist trainer on, can't even breathe. Like that shit like that. You walking around back stiff and shit, squeezing your organs in. That's all you fucking doing. Not even happy with yourself and shit. You know what I'm saying? So now y'all need shrooms and shit. So it's like, shit is right there on the shit. Huh? Yeah, nah, you can't overdose shrooms. You can't overdose that. You gotta do shit you'll overdose. You might not want to go back to that shit, but after I did, you ain't gonna overdose. But nah, that's what that shit really is. I feel like I said, social media, bro, that shit has turned from like a tool, like, bro, everybody don't even need social, like for real, bro, we don't even all need social media, bro. Y'all niggas missing it. Like if you're not promoting like a brand, a ketchup, condiment, something, a shirt, a party, nigga, you don't need to be on that joint, bro. It's like everybody having their own TV channel and shit. That's exactly what social media is like. Did that make sense to you? Niggas don't even know what the fuck. If I gave you a whole TV channel right now, nigga, you wouldn't know what the fuck to do with that shit. You would be sitting there, you know what I'm saying? Like, and them like dumbfounded and shit. So like, that's essentially what it's like. And I feel like we changed that shit from using it as like a tool to market shit to like, now it's like shit is just like, niggas on there doing anything to try to get attention. You know what I mean? And that shit is terrible, especially for the women in our society. So yeah, that's how I feel about social media. And yeah, like, I just feel like niggas just gotta lock in. Niggas don't be locked in. Like y'all might see us talk, but after you leave here, nigga, y'all gonna go smoke gas, whatever. Y'all niggas not gonna be, y'all might tomorrow not even think about this shit. Y'all gonna be thinking about how y'all can get some money, go eat, get some ass or something. You know what I'm saying? Stay locked in. Like that's basically another thing too. Niggas not focused on man for real. Niggas think they focused, niggas don't know what the fuck focus is for real. You know what I'm saying? Like how long have you focused on one thing for a consistent amount of days? Niggas some fucking quitters out here. They don't see that shit. Niggas think they about to start a whole brand in 60 days. In 75 days. In 8 months. Nigga, in 8 months. That even sound crazy, y'all. Damn, 8 months? Yeah, nigga, 8 months. Sometimes shit might take 5 years, bro. You feel what I'm saying? So like, how devoted do you want to be to what you got going on? My man been pushing the sleazy shit. I have to stand my man, like he said right there, but the nigga been doing this shit so long. Like, I've been seeing him as long as me. You feel what I'm saying? And like, I know I've been doing this shit for a long time, so that's what I'm saying. That shit take resilience, bro. Like, if y'all not about to be standing in there for whatever it is y'all want, then pack it up. Some niggas is meant to be employees. That's just what it is. Everybody's not meant to be the employer, you know what I
If
mean?
you can control DC with your brand, you won. You're gonna be able to control any other city in the fucking world. But DC's all.
I feel like
Like what you said earlier, you said you can't win here. I'm keeping it 100 with you. I didn't really like that statement, right? But at the end of the day, if you are here, it is important to travel other places. Like you can go to Cali, you can go to New York, you can network in Philly. Like there is not necessarily a cap here, but there's like you want to keep it. Huh?
As a DJ, you was right.
Huh?
Oh, that's not.
No, I'm not.
My bad. Okay, I thought you
I feel like you can make it. I feel like you can make it any way you at, bro. Like, I don't like when people be like, especially like rappers and shit, cause I make music, you know what I'm saying? Too, they be like, man, you can't do this and that. Nigga, I feel like you can make it anywhere too. You know what I mean? I feel like, especially with the internet, bro, like you can truly make it anywhere. At the same time, you definitely do gotta expand outside the beltway. Like he's saying, he going to Atlanta, he going we diversifying.
I mean,
Shit.
perfect
You
example.
definitely.
Like, I don't know if you do clothes, I don't know what you do, but your brand, right? Same thing with me. Just DC and the people I know, right? I'll go to the store, I'll put stuff in the store, I'll put a set price on it. No matter what, whoever comes in there is always gonna try to lowball it.
Right.
But if I give it to you and you put it in your store and you set your price, they're gonna support you because you're supporting me. And that's just that's what I meant by being successful out here. I feel like you're gonna win because your brand's gonna win. But as far as overall and going as far as you can, make that meal, make that 2 meal, you're not gonna do it here. It's just that I feel like that in my brand, in my lane. I guess in my lane, because I'm in a snack lane and a weed lane. So it's hard. I'm paying taxes. I'm paying big taxes.
Are there examples of multi-million-dollar brands that are here and still here?
Multi-million?
Yeah.
That's owned by one person?
I mean,
Or is it a
Make
network?
millions
It's your
from
network.
the
It's owned by
team.
multiple people.
Right, of course.
It's always a network of people.
I'm saying, but like, are there
WEG
examples?
would be the last one that just opened up. Malcolm's here. Malcolm and all them are here, so you definitely need to catch their shows.
Mhm.
That's the perfect example right there. The WEG studio. They bought the BET studio, partnered up with 4 or 5 people, and now they got a big ass the new Echo stage.
Mm.
That's years and years in the works. You know that didn't happen overnight. Ask them. That's 5, 10 years. And they just got it open.
Yeah.
And they're still going through a bunch of stuff. That's just telling you. You know what I'm saying? Nothing's gonna be easy. Nothing's ever easy. Let's put that.
When you say brands here, that's like bringing that type of revenue, it depends on like what you talking about. I feel like it's all different. Like we talk about like business and entrepreneurship, bro, this shit a whole world. Like you know what I mean? We could be talking about, you know what I'm saying? It's people out here probably in a rocker field that's getting an M or 2 with their own fucking damn M&M solutions. You never heard of shit. Like you know what I'm saying? So all depends on what we talking about. Like we talking about like industry wise, like it ain't like no real booming ass industry here as far as like music. Ain't no like real successful labels, shit like that. You know what I mean? Like even as far as like media, you know what I mean? Production, any of that. And I feel like that's what I feel like we need to be looking to really build up. You know what I mean? And I think we need to be looking at how to go ahead and get the networks outside of here so that we can get our content and into these spaces, to these places. That's all that shit really is. Because people love shit from the city, but they just don't really do their due diligence to be in the city to really see what's going on. You know what I mean? They might be listening to this man or that chick who they think is an ambassador the whole time. They out of tune like shit with everything. You know what I'm saying? So that's pretty much what it be like. It be the personnel, it be the people that they do. I feel like that they do turn to for advice and for like certain insight. You know what I mean? It's not truly like original, authentic. And I feel like that's really what we be missing. But at the same time, we ain't got no real collective movement here to really garner no real international attention or spotlight. You know what I mean? And something that's actually like consistently, you know what I mean, churning out content, creating partnerships, things like that, all the things you need to do to be successful.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then on top of that, motherfuckers here, we don't rally behind each other. You know what I mean? Soon as we get to rallying behind each other, nigga get the spotlight, we ready to tar and feather the nigga, you know what I'm saying? So that's a whole nother thing. We don't be appreciating what we got right in front of us too. And it's like we really want other people to want come here, you know what I mean, and put their bread into our economy, our little cycle of economy and shit we got going on here. We gotta make that shit look that much more lit. Shit gotta look lit, you know what I mean? Y'all gotta fucking, we got to fucking make sure we presenting shit that's palatable for all audiences. Motherfuckers be creating stuff and that shit be looking like anything. And they think a nigga supposed to real life be knocking, swinging the door for that shit. You know what I mean? So we gotta think about the quality of what we presenting. You know what I mean? What we actually speaking up for and about here. And some type of unity, bro. Like, it don't even gotta be everybody in this together. It shit could be different little tribes, like the Indians and shit, you know what I mean? But it gotta be some type of collective movement, and that's what don't be going on, you know what I'm saying? Cause a motherfucker always wanna think about how he's not doing something you're doing, or how he would like to this and that and the other, or ridicule or critique some shit, instead of real life thinking about what they can bring to the table, bro. So we think about the whole industry, bro, like, that shit take a numerous jobs, positions, everything. But everybody, we could start one industry right here. Every motherfucker in here could have a job in that industry. Don't even gotta be doing the same thing. Still getting guap, straight business. You know what I'm saying? But people don't have that outlook. And then whenever somebody want to lead people to water, motherfucker give up in damn 2 weeks thinking, you know what I'm saying? Or don't even play their position. So you just gotta understand where your ass is at, like. And then when you get in these situations, understand the moment and don't get beside yourself. Don't do too much. You know what I mean? Your time will come. You feel what I'm saying? Everybody got a fucking job to do, and that shit's so important to the greater like good of, you know what I mean? Like the mission and shit. And I feel like people just don't be thinking like that. So that's why it's hard to really cultivate any type of like real like culture, you know what I mean? Cultural like movement, consistent cultural movement. You know what I mean?
So what do you think will influence the thought behind people thinking that way, getting on that wave? Like, it's easier said than done though. Like,
I think that we need to have like better communication like channels, you know what I mean, to each other and shit. You know what I mean? Like people don't even really talk to each other, like really have no type of like spot where niggas come to reset, tap back in, you know what I mean? Look, this is that, that's this, alright, I might need this, can you put me on with your man right here? It's nothing like that. I feel like we can cultivate more spaces like that. I think consistent communication, that shit. Fuck it up.
Oh, so it's cool.
That's what it is. If anybody has influence, y'all cleave to that person. It could be somebody that's smaller, that has the talent, has the drive, has the relentlessness, and y'all will not support them. That's what it is. It's not a crab in the barrel mentality, because if it was a crab in the barrel mentality, everybody would be clinging to each other. It's not. It's only the bigger. It's like the bigger fish. It's like the leech or the host, basically. Like everybody clings to the biggest person. Anybody that has something and the biggest person turns the people that are small down too. They say no. Oh, you don't have enough following. You don't have enough clout for you to be a representative of who I am. So it's not that there's no unity. It's nobody wants to support the other person because I don't want you to get clout off of my name.
Yeah, but that's everywhere. That's even with
No,
like
I'm just
damn.
talking about.
That's even with like damn. Somebody want to get a damn record deal. You know what I mean? Like that's with anything. Like it's always gonna be. Somebody might want to get a job with fucking Adidas. Adidas be like, nah, your shit not jamming enough. Like that's just like certain things. Like that's another thing. I hear you on that shit.
But
Like
you said unity, so that's like.
nah, I think but unity mean different things. But I'm saying you also like it's also like a reality like and a feasibility factor in this shit. Like you gotta accept like everyone's not gonna make it. You know what I mean? Everyone not gonna make it. Everybody not gonna have an opportunity. All these type of things. Like you gotta be continuously like pushing through until you know what I mean. Like those times do turn. What's up, Joe? Because people gonna, you know what I mean. People gonna say, nah, you're not this. No matter like what you trying to be a part of. That's just what it is.
I
Like
mean, I'm just
everybody.
saying, like, from what if you do, if you have all of the talent, the drive, and all of that stuff, and
You
that's
gotta
what I'm
be
saying,
persistent.
from the
That shit
outside
will
looking
come.
in, from the outside looking in, that's what it really is.
I
feel
think
like
an
listen,
example of what you're trying to say is like QC the label in Atlanta. You do not have to be the tightest artist in Atlanta for QC to sign you. You probably not gonna get on the track.
How you know? You
You
want
have to be
QC?
talented.
You been to
You
the
have to have all the
They
be the most
talent.
random guy that
walks.
Yes, I'm not saying
We
you're
all
just getting
know.
brought on the team with no
Yeah,
work.
it's not-
Everybody's talking at once. Everybody's talking at once.
Some chairs right here. Y'all
But you not answering.
Like, I'm not saying that you just are brought on with no talent, no work ethic, no nothing. You do the work. I'm just talking about like the bigger people accepting you once you do the work.
And
You know how many people think-
you know how many times, you know how many people actually say they got talent?
You know, like people think they better than
You know,
Michael
time
Jordan.
is value.
And we got 5 minutes left, so I would take this conversation and I would also make that into like a networking to kind of like solve that shit. You know what I'm saying? So everybody here network with each other. Let's fix the situation.
What we doing last?
While we wrapping up, you feel what I'm saying?
Yeah, we all saying the same thing, we're gonna fix it.
Let's do it. So 5 minutes left. So y'all wanna start networking? I mean, definitely whatever y'all need. If y'all need whatever.
I'm gonna just say this, y'all look, I'm gonna just say this in conclusion. Yeah, anybody wanna reach out to me, whatever, y'all holler me while I'm right here. I'm about to be out in a minute, but y'all can follow us everywhere. Long live GoGo DC and me at Yaddiya, Y-A-D-D-I-Y, you know what I'm saying?
Same for me. Clothing brand Zellafermani. You guys wanna reach out, advice, time, one-on-one, like I'm here to support, change the narrative. Like the only way we're gonna be able to change it is if we work together. Like, that's just where it's at. Like, bottom line. So, once we get there, we can see a definite change.
And this, look, this is how I wanted to verbalize it real quick. I'm sorry, I know to talk about my man and shit. My man, Fat Money, Asian this way. Look, real quick. Real live shit. I'm saying, like, we can't go into situations thinking fairness. Like, is this gonna be fair or not? Ain't no fucking fairness. That's the bottom line. Like, ain't no fairness. You know what I'm saying? It ain't no just, it ain't no equality. Like, no. Like, you gotta go take what you want. Like, real live, like, talent, all those things. Like, I'm all for it. I'm all for people giving people opportunities. I believe in the underdog. I was rooting for St. Peter's. You feel what I'm saying? Like, don't get it fucked up. But I'm saying, like, we gotta also understand, like, bro, it's us. It's V long. Like, when we leave, when we die, when we everything, it's just us. Here on this planet, just us. Like, we got a real live push, like, hard. Like, that shit is gonna it's gonna be scratching and clawing before you feel like somebody might see your talent, you know what I mean? Or give you an opportunity. But sometimes you gotta create your own opportunity.
Exactly. Because the brand, I looked up to a brand. I wanted to be just like him. I even asked for advice and everything. And he turned me down. He told me, I can't help you. So with that, I had to create my own opportunity. So now I'm looking at the people that below me, or people that want to be, the people who's not, let's not say below, but the people who want to be where I am, I have to now try to give them a hand, because that same person didn't. And he from here. So that mentality of, nah, I don't want her to be on the same level as me. That's the problem. Like, that's why we're here, and that's why that person, not to speak of, but the point is, you just have to create opportunities for other people. But when you make it, when you make it or whether it's still right here in your prime and you're trying to develop that, like, you have to give other people an opportunity. That's all I would do.
Now, give me up so I can see you.